We live. Hi.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
If you're okay, we haven't done this in a while, so
yeah, we're really disorganized.
we're kind of rusty. But if you guys are live on my Instagram, please go over to YouTube at Tired Tuesdays.
Go to the YouTube.
We'll give you guys a moment to come in and all that good stuff.
Go to the YouTube.
Yes, please go to YouTube to get the full effect because we want to talk to y'all.
Go to the YouTube.
YouTube.com/Tired Tuesdays.
Go to the YouTuber.
Oh, let me put the banner up. Gotta put the banner up. All right.
Go to the YouTuber.
What's up, Nefertiti?
Nefertiti.
Can everybody hear us?
Yeah, are we good?
Are we good to go?
We good out here in these streets?
Let me see. Do I need to add anybody? Oh.
Should I try
Let's
to
see.
add folks from the...
Oh, they're coming in. They're coming in.
They coming in. They coming in.
If you can hear us, say what up. All right. Because mine's not doing the stand-up thing like I need it to.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah. Proper up.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Right. You got the proper.
Sound is good. Yes.
All right.
And amen. Because we tried to do it like last time and it didn't work.
Listen. That's because we both didn't realize all of the stuff that it took to. Yeah, we haven't been in these seats in a while.
It's been a while. Last show was in June.
Was it June?
June or July? I can't remember which one. No, it was June. It was before your birthday. So yeah. So we're here.
We're here.
We are here. Welcome back to Tired Tuesdays. It has been a very, very interesting year.
Very interesting year.
Like from the last time we spoke, both of us got COVID. Actually, we got COVID on the show.
Right.
We did get COVID on the show.
Right.
And then both got rid of it after the show, which was very interesting because you didn't have it as bad as I did.
No.
I had to go to the hospital and everything. It was a mess.
Yeah. But him okay.
I am okay. I am alive. I can breathe again. I can still sing a couple notes.
And well.
It's been different, but it's been fun. What else happened over the break since they've last seen us?
I don't know. Everything's a blur to me. Okay? A blur.
Okay? See, I'm more anal retentive because I keep track of everything. So
thanks for clearing that.
I had to clear it up because if I would have just said I'm anal, then y'all would have been like, how? And I would have been like, mind your business. Has it been a very tired Tuesday? It has been a very tired Tuesday.
It's always a tired Tuesday.
It's always a tired Tuesday.
Always.
You know what's crazy about it is like,
hey Trez, come on over to the YouTube.
Yeah, come on to the YouTube. If y'all are in my Instagram live, you're not supposed to be there.
Go to the YouTube.
You're supposed to be on the YouTuber. Tired Tuesdays YouTube. So yeah, it's like these last couple of weeks of the year, it's always like, oh my God, why is it dragging? Can we please hurry it up? I would like to be done.
It's only because we go through Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then it's just that short little time to get to New Year's, and it's just like, okay, I just really need all the holidays to get over because I'm tired of spending money and I'm tired of doing, and I just need to sit down.
Oh my God, I'm tired of spending money.
So that's what that is.
But
I love Christmas.
Did it feel like Christmas for you?
It did. It always feels like Christmas to me. You know I love Christmas. I'm damn near Lenny Carey.
We love Mariah Carey, and we love everybody, but I'm sick of her. I want her to go away.
It was the McDonald's thing for me. Like, that's when I was like, okay, look, you need to sit down.
I'm just over it.
Yeah.
Christmas, it kind of felt like Christmas a little bit. It always feels like Christmas when I come here because you make sure it looks like Christmas. But it rained on Christmas.
I know.
People couldn't see each other on Christmas. Yeah. The Rona was happening for everybody.
Like, I didn't get a chance to see my whole family.
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
It was kind of like,
yeah.
But I made the best of it.
Everybody's making the best of it.
Right.
So yeah. We're not going to be before you long because after this, I do want to get in. Oh, you didn't put your thing on.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Wait,
While he's getting.
Wait, I thought I was out of the frame.
Nope.
I was like this, and I had a little shoulder action happening.
While he's getting himself situated, anybody who is in our Instagram lives, please get off of our Instagram lives and go over to YouTube because I'm going to shut this down in like 3, 2, 1. Go to YouTube.
All right. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, One Eye? Get that ass over there to YouTube. All right? Or I'm coming to get you.
I don't think that's how Black Panther talks.
You don't talk like I'm coming to get you.
He would be saying, I'm coming to get you.
I am coming to get you, and I am waiting for the bus.
Okay. So, yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'm guessing this is a gift that you received for Christmas.
It is, and I am enjoying it thoroughly. I have walked my dog in this.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I did. It was late night. Late night.
That's even more like
creepy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, I enjoy this, and there's more gadgets to this, you know, because sometimes you just gotta let motherfuckers know.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
That it's on and it's popping. It's on and it's popping. You understand me?
Well, I'm wearing a gift that I gave to myself, which
yes.
is Ivy Park from Beyonce.
You don't up and runway that.
I'm not going to runway it, but y'all are going to see that it's. Wait, where's the stripe?
See?
There was. Oh, here. Where?
Over there.
Ivy Park. I'm just happy because I never get the clothes from Ivy Park. I've always gotten like a t-shirt or like a shoe, but I was never like fast enough to get actual clothing. But I'm just happy with this one because lime green is my favorite color. If y'all don't know, lime green is my favorite color. If y'all are still on his Instagram live, you're not supposed to be there. Go over to YouTube. I'm fussing.
This is Tired Tuesdays.
This is Tired Tuesdays?
Yeah, if you in the Tired Tuesdays, IG, get on up out of here. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube because we know ain't none of y'all read the flyer. So that's why we had to pop up on all of the things. Get that ass to YouTube. Link in the bar. I'm hanging up now. Russell!
Go on over to the YouTubes.
Go on over to the YouTubes. Come on, I'm on both.
Mariah Carey, let me see what they say. Mariah Carey will live on forever because of Christmas. I don't think anyone ever could have predicted that she would forever be played for all our years.
This is true.
I think she predicted it. I think Tommy Mottola predicted it. I think that Columbia Records predicted it.
But it really got popular about maybe like what, 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago? When the song was like, when people were doing kind of stuff on like TikTok or something.
Yeah, it kind of blew up over the last couple of years.
Yeah, and when she noticed it, she was like, "Oh, we're gonna make some money now."
Yes. Well, and she owns the rights to the song, so
yeah,
you know she could do more with it now. But happy Christmas, over it, and I'm not going to McDonald's to get the Mariah Carey meal.
I'm not going to McDonald's in general.
Yeah. Well, you don't eat that, so
yeah.
What else do we want to catch up on? Well, I guess we can probably just move on to the list.
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody wants to know, like what our takes are on the things that have gone on since we last spoke. So should I get our video going?
I never feast.
Okay.
I should say, oh, okay.
Actually, I can play the right one because this is our 2021 year-end wrap-up special episode. So let's wrap up the year.
You want to keep warm when you're feeling chilled, but you don't want to raise your heating bill. Now, there's the Snuggie, the blanket that has sleeves.
Amen.
Amen.
Welcome back. All right. Can I just start off by saying that this list thing that we did, I will never do again.
It was the year before that, before this before this year, that he started, I think it was like midway through the year, you were like, let's create a list of all the stuff we watch. And at first it was like, oh yeah, this is a good idea, great. And then this year we had the opportunity to start off from the very beginning. I mean, for the first 3 months, it was like, okay, I'm tracking down everything. But then after a while, it was like, okay, I don't have the patience. And then it was like, okay, let me jump back on it. And then it was like, okay, I don't have the patience. And then it was like 3 months in between of that. And then it was like, okay, let me go back in there and catch up. And okay, needless to say, we got a list, but it ain't everything.
It is we definitely like flubbed on some of the things.
Okay.
Plus, what's so funny is that I feel like this year there was so much more stuff that came out than last year.
Oh, of course, because we were in a content hub at this point. Like everybody's sitting at home for the most part.
Exactly. And you would think that because it's, COVID and lockdown and all that kind of stuff, that people would be in the house, but they weren't. They were out making music and movies and TV shows. And they were literally killing us with content.
Yeah,
so,
it was a lot.
So let's start.
Yeah, you go.
You want me to go first?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to make this little disclaimer.
Are you doing music first?
Well, what do you want to do first? Which one?
Yeah, let's do music first.
Okay, we'll do music first. Here's my disclaimer.
I'm sorry. Let's save music for last. I'm sorry.
We'll save it for last?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We don't have an agenda for the show today. The only thing that we did was these lists. We don't know what we're going to talk about. We don't know what the topics are. We don't know anything.
This is extremely not as planned.
We are not
as
prepared.
What the flyer had looked like.
Okay, we took nice pictures, great gowns, beautiful gowns, but we have no idea what the hell the show is going to be about today.
None.
What are we starting with?
Let's start with movies.
Movies. Okay. All right. So mine really is not in order.
I didn't even see that. Okay.
What?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm looking at your list.
So, all right. We're doing top fives. We're going to try to do top fives as best as we can. So my top 5 movies,
I didn't add that.
In no particular order, start with Malcolm and Marie. Actually, they're kind of going in release order on mine.
Okay.
Since I've been tracking it since the beginning of the year. So we have Malcolm and Marie, because I think that came out on the 1st of January, or at least like the beginning of January that came out. And that was on Netflix. Then I have The United States versus Billie Holiday is also my top 5. Then I skipped over a lot of stuff because there was a lot of stuff that did come out. The Green Knight was probably like my second favorite movie of the entire year. The premise was everything. The acting was everything. The visual aspect of it was like mind-boggling. Definitely one of my favorites for the year. And then Swan Song on Apple TV would probably take maybe like the 3rd spot.
Mm-hmm.
But that was an amazing movie. I still feel away because there's a series on Amazon called Solos. And if you don't know what Swan Song is about, it's about a man who is sick and terminally ill, and he decides to create a clone of himself that still has all of his memories and personality and all that kind of stuff, so that his family won't know that he's dying, and it can just continue on like he was never sick. The entire premise was on an episode of this show called Solos on Amazon, where Anthony Mackie was sick, and they created a clone for him to make sure that his family didn't, know that he was sick. And so he played himself and the clone. Fast forward to Swan Song, and it's the same exact premise, except that, Anthony Mackie's thing was like an hour. This was 2.5 hours. So it was still amazing. I love the movie, but I just think that the concept wasn't original. So that's Swan Song. And then my number 1 movie of the entire year is Dune. The sci-fi nerd in me was like completely satisfied from the plot to the visuals, to the acting, to everything. And I need to go see it in theaters. I didn't see it in theaters. I need to go see it in the theater. So
Right.
Amen. Those are my top 5 movies.
Yes, Matrix was
We're not even gonna talk about that.
We'll get into the certain things that were highlighted movies that we just did not care for this year. My list is kind of all over the place. I didn't put it in no particular order. Oh, that's not supposed to be highlighted.
Okay.
Oops. Anyway, I know it's not supposed to be highlighted. Okay, so am I movies?
Did you have any of my movies on your list?
No, because I completely forgot about The Green Knight. I never wrote that in here. So again, that was amazing. It was really, really beautiful. Yeah. And I never seen Malcolm and Marie.
Oh.
And I never saw United States versus
Really?
Billie Holiday. I never got around to watching it. So
Okay.
yeah. Mine is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Amen. Zack Snyder's version.
Zack
not the original
Snyder's
version.
Justice League.
That was on my list. It just didn't make my top 5.
Got you. That was incredible to me. It gave me everything that I needed for a superhero film. And I was actually good to be on a break. But that wasn't the case because Marvel was like, boom, pop, pop, pop. And it was a little bit.
What did they do?
They was like, boom, pop, pop, pop.
Okay.
And it was like hit after hit of superhero movies. And I love superhero movies. Don't ask where all that extra came from. The next one, these are highlighted weird. Okay. Candy. I'm like, now when I look at this, I was like, why did I highlight this? Candyman was very.
Why was that not on my list?
See,
Oh
this
my
is
God.
what we're talking about. Like
Okay.
after a while, the list just got crazy. Candyman was really, really good to me. I liked how it was a continuation from the very first one, and I liked the catch at the end of the realization that he was only killing certain people, and I just thought
white people. The movie's been out for a while, and if you didn't see it, that's your fault for spoilers. So he was killing only white folk, and sometimes we need that. Okay.
Swan Song was my next. Swan Song was incredible, like incredible. Like I was crying by the end of that movie, and it was just a beautiful message on how the things you will sacrifice to make sure that your family and your loved ones are taken care of. And when you're thinking outside of yourself and thinking of everyone else, like that's what the message I got from it. Amazing. Spider-Man No Way Home was another one for me that I was like, okay, that was a great way to end the year.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you know,
I'll wait till it comes on.
Yeah, you and the Spider-Man movies are just like, you'd be like, eh.
Yeah, I'm cool.
It was really great. Loved how they tied everything together. Loved how they, tied up all loose ends. And then my last one, I kind of went back and forth because there was a couple of movies that I liked. Like I really liked Raya and the Last Dragon.
I like that a lot.
I thought that was really beautiful. But I really like Don't Look Up on Netflix.
Don't Look Up snuck up on everybody because it was at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So like,
and that was very well done. Cinematography was incredible. And
I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah. So that's mine.
Okay. Amen. So let's see what people are saying. Nefertiti said Matrix was here's the issue that I have with Matrix. I ain't wait 20 years for it to be that way. Like, honestly, if they were gonna do this movie again or add another chapter to the story, number one, I don't know if I'm being politically correct. It should have been both Wachowskis.
Yeah.
And not just one.
Yeah. And the whole cast of Sense8 shouldn't have been in the movie.
But if they were going to be in the movie, then they should have had more prominent roles and not just being side characters.
Because they were thrown in there, and it wasn't a purpose.
It felt like they were getting a check from the fact that Sense8 got canceled.
Exactly, and it felt like that, and it was distracting. It's like if it's one or two people from Sense8, okay, cool. But when you damn near have the whole cast in there, I was like, am I watching The Matrix or am I watching Sense8? Like,
and then it felt like, okay, we're gonna tell we're gonna make Trinity the one for this new installment. But if that was going to be the case, then why not tell her backstory? Let's find out how she had, gotten married. Let's find out why she had kids or where the kids came from. Because if you're in the Matrix, is that really a real thing? Like, let's talk about her story and from her perspective. Because to me, all the changes and all of the colors that were introduced, like, I feel like maybe that's from her perspective.
Yeah.
If they would have tied that together, it would have made more sense to me. And it would have made more sense for her to be the one at the end.
Right.
If you didn't see it, you're not missing nothing. I don't care about the spoilers, whatever.
You really didn't miss anything.
You didn't miss anything. It was a lot of colors.
Another terrible movie from this year was Mortal Kombat.
We weren't even supposed to talk about bad stuff. We didn't make a list of the bad stuff.
I know. I just want to throw that out
there
because Mortal Kombat. And Eternals. Mortal Kombat and Eternals, like.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna give Eternals some time. And the reason why I'm going to give them some time,
Why? Because it's about to come to
it's going
streaming.
to come back to streaming, and I want to watch it again. We watched it in theaters, and we walked out of the theater like, what the fuck was this? But I'm going to watch it again and see if maybe it gives me something else, because great gowns, beautiful gowns. It looked amazing.
It did.
But it was not what it needed to be.
I just
Like-
felt like they could have made them at least 4 people
Yeah.
instead of making them all those characters, because I think it was just too much to juggle in one
Yes,
movie.
yes.
And that was the initial problem.
But you know what movie we didn't add, even though it should have been on there for both of
What?
us?
What?
Godzilla versus King Kong.
Okay. If the jokes that came out of Godzilla versus King Kong was,
Because the movie was
we
it
thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
because sometimes you enjoy a bad movie. Like, it was bad. If you really think about it, it was bad.
Was it? I
It was
enjoyed
visually it was everything.
Or did we make it fun?
I think we just made it fun because we wanted to make it fun.
Okay.
Like, it wanted to be a serious movie, but there were too many funny things in the movie that we found funny.
Yeah.
Like the last fight between who was it? Between
the Machine Godzilla.
machine
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
and
And King
Godzilla.
Kong.
And it was just the way that they were fighting. It was just like, imagine it was 2 chicks on the street.
Right. Right. And we was like, get her!
Drag her!
Get her!
Beat her down! Like, it was hilarious. And so that made it one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yeah.
Not because the movie was my favorite movie, but because it was just a fun time.
Right. Right.
So yeah. Anything else that maybe needs like an honorable mention?
Nope. We can skip to TVs.
Oh,
There probably is something there, but
I mean, like, again, there was so much stuff that come out. I didn't even like list how many movies I actually watched.
Mm,
I don't even know what the number is. Maybe I'll come back. And I think what we'll do, maybe this week we'll do like little posts that will list what our faves were.
okay.
So that everybody can, check in.
Got you.
So yeah, it was very, very busy for movies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's see. Nefertiti said The Matrix was like a sci-fi Titanic for me, LOL, and not in the best way. But that's all I'm saying. I agree.
I co-signed
Agreed.
that. I
Yes.
co-signed that. That was great.
Yes. All right, so we're gonna move to TV.
Yeah, TV.
All right, so if movies was bad, TV was even worse because there was a new show every single week, and a lot of the streaming services would put up all the episodes in one sitting. There's some that I didn't list because they were favorites already, or they were like, in their 3rd or 4th season. So I was like, all right, I don't care.
Gotcha.
Like, Succession is one of my favorite shows.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that was a given that it was going to be on my top, but I didn't include it. So I did pick 6. I had to do 6 because I couldn't just narrow it down to 5. Oh, you forgot about some stuff too?
Okay, go ahead.
Mike is asking if that's a mullet. I don't know who he's talking about, but I feel like that's rude and disrespectful.
Probably me. Probably
First
me.
of all, can we get into the fact that our hair has grown this year?
Listen,
Do you see the hang? Well, it's not really hanging, but it's there.
his hair is growing. My hair is thinning. Okay. I'm gonna just throw that out there because
I mean, it
in
looks
a minute,
full.
because I know how to hide that.
Mm.
Listen. Y'all gonna see me with head wraps.
Wait,
I'm about
just
to
so
be out
y'all know
here
who
like-
made that comment. It's
like
him.
Erica Badu.
And if y'all feel away, go get him. So we don't rock mullets. We are very stylish and fashion.
And if we do
forward.
rock mullets, it'll be the new trend.
Exactly. We are
Mike.
trendsetters. We set the trends. We don't follow them. Even though I'm wearing a whole entire Ivy Park outfit.
Yep.
So top TV shows for the year. Again, these are kind of like in release order and not so much the order of my favorite. But Warrior, you didn't have that on your list.
I didn't even.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Go
And
ahead.
Warrior,
Just go ahead.
they are getting a season 2. So I'm really, really happy about that. Warrior started off at the beginning of the year. It's basically kind of like a Bruce Lee type of story where, like, he moves to America. Not about Bruce Lee himself, but it's like the character is loosely based on Bruce Lee's story, but like way back in the day. The fighting was amazing. The acting was amazing. Everybody in the show is extremely sexy. So like it really, 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 really dope show.
Awesome.
Invincible on Amazon, the cartoon about the superhero. Oh my God. I'm still messed up about that show.
That is so great. And my mouth was on the floor by the end of it.
Like that last episode
was crazy.
The fight between the father and the son. Like, oh my God.
The drama between them.
He fucked him up.
Like,
Like
Like it was real.
Please go and watch that.
Yeah,
'cause I think they're getting a
please.
second season.
No, they better.
So
Because we
please
need
go
to
watch
know how that goes.
Loki was very polarizing for a lot of people, but I love the show. Every
Yeah.
single episode.
Yeah.
And I liked it more than WandaVision, and I liked it more than Falcon and Winter Soldier. Even though Falcon and Winter Soldier was really, really good,
Mm-hmm.
Loki was my favorite of the Marvel series that came out this year.
Because it was a for you, I'm pretty sure it was the combination of like realism, sci-fi, and
Comedy
and magic.
Yeah.
You know?
And it was like the whole, like, it was very much a puzzle piecing type of a show where like you really got to hunt for the Easter eggs and figure things out. And I like that about that. I will say that Marvel was hitting it out the park with a lot of the series, because What If was really good too. Hawkeye was really, really good.
Yeah.
WandaVision to me could have been better.
WandaVision was good. And I know why they once she stepped out of the TV
town.
scenario.
Oh, the TV, yeah.
The episodes, the last 2 episodes should have been an hour, because it would have made it feel like, okay, now we're getting real life.
Yeah.
Like while they were going with all of that type of scenario of the half-hour type of TV show type thing, like they should have played into that. And I think that would have probably made it better, because they would have been able to detail a little bit more than what they did. But WandaVision was dope to me, though.
No, it was really good. I just think it could have been a little bit better. They stuck a little bit too long in the whole I Love Lucy era. And by the time they got to the point, I was like, oh, okay, I don't need the Agatha Harkness spinoff. I don't really care about that.
Gotcha.
I'm going to talk about 2 more shows before I get to my favorite. Love Life Season 2. First of all, Insecure just ended, so we finally can say that we lived through an entire era of seeing Black people on screen in a great light. So I was very happy about that. Love Life Season 2. I don't know if anybody's seen Season 1. It's about Anna Kendrick's character who's going through the whole dating scene and all that kind of stuff. I never watched it, but then the Season 2 was centered around a Black male lead. And I was like, oh, they know how to do that on TV? And it was like, okay. And every single episode was amazing.
Right.
So please go watch that if you haven't already. That is on HBO Max. Also, Midnight Mass was another amazing show. If you like a lot of cerebral, a lot of dialogue, a lot of monologues, then this is a show for you. But it's also
really good monologues.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
But the premise of the show was really, really dope. It's kind of scary because it deals with the devil and priests and religion and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But it really makes you question a lot of things and then also reaffirm some things.
Yeah.
Because they took some scriptures and they kind of switched some of the narrative around. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, and how easy some of the narrative can be switched around
for like people's agendas.
Yeah.
You know,
it was it was very interesting.
And then my all-time favorite show of the entire year, Foundation.
Foundation was incredible. That's it. Foundation was incredible. Like, if you have Apple TV, like, just do yourself a favor and watch Foundation.
First of all, you want to talk about a show with a budget?
Yeah.
Like, when I tell you, like, they built worlds better than, like, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like.
And this was a TV show. Like.
And starring Black people in major roles.
Yeah.
Like, it was amazing. And I cannot wait for the next season. I hope we get another season because, again, this is a very, very expensive show.
We are getting another season.
We are getting another season?
Yeah,
okay, perfect.
Yep.
So Apple TV, Foundation, that was my top show of the year.
Dope.
Yes, your turn.
Okay, so I have Handmaid's Tale here because season 4 was incredible.
I didn't add it because we were in season 4.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna count that for, Generation.
Generation was great.
On HBO Max.
So mad they canceled it.
It's canceled, but when I tell you I wish I would have had this type of show growing up.
Yeah.
Because it was so telltale about just everybody, all the aspects of teenage life, all of the struggles of finding who you are. It was just beautifully written, and the cinematography
No, it was shot very beautifully.
Oh, it was shot so incredibly. Like every shot aided in the storytelling.
Yes.
Like every angle aided in the storytelling. Like you were all of these kids' friends.
Yeah.
Like it was very well done. And I'm mad that it's not going to get a second season.
Although I still need justice for Grand Army.
This is also very true.
Grand Army came out last year, 2020, and we only got one season. And to me, this was the most realistic show about teenagers and just going through life and all that kind of stuff. But it was also based in New York. So
and I think that's why it was way more relatable. Yeah. Generation is based off of, I think they're in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're in LA. So I get that part of it. But Grand Army, we needed a second season of that show.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. And they canceled it, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, I feel like HBO should pick it up, but if they cancel Generation, they probably won't.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people that could pick it up. Yeah. Squid Games.
You added that. There's no S on Squid Game.
Oh, Squid Game. All right, so
whatever. I didn't add that. It's on my list, but I didn't put it as my top.
Yeah. I like Squid Game. I thought it was incredible. Very well done. And I liked how we knew every game of what was happening by the second episode when you could start seeing stuff written on the walls. Yeah. And that was all the games written in the back. And I'm looking forward to season 2. The Witcher. I just got finished watching The Witcher. And I also watched this show called Castlevania. And it's season 4. And Castlevania is an anime cartoon. I absolutely adored it. It's very close to the Witcher type of concept in a sense, but it's just really, really beautifully done. And the story is just really, really great. And then I guess my last...
if you like The Witcher, also watch The Wheel of Time on Amazon.
Yeah, that I haven't started even watching.
Amazing. It wasn't on my top list, but it's on my list. So, yeah.
And mine is a tie. My last one is a tie between Loki and Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Really? That makes sense.
And it's only because, first of all, I am very happy that
Anthony
Mackie finally got a chance to actually shine in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah. And I'm happy that they're actually doing a Captain America 4, and it's going to be a movie, and he's going to be highlighted.
Yes. Is he going to be Captain America?
Yeah, because he's Captain America at the end of that movie.
Okay, they're not bringing back whatchamacallit?
No.
Okay, I was about to say.
So very dope. And Loki was just very dope for all the reasons Nat said. And all right.
Amen. Anything that we hated watching? I didn't like this season of The Circle. And because whatchamacallit should have won. The black girl.
Yeah, she really should have.
They really messed her up at the very beginning of the show. And that angered me. And it almost felt a little racist.
But you know what? She owned it beautifully.
Oh, yeah, she was great.
She took control of her own narrative very quickly. Yeah. And the way she handled herself was honorable. Like, I was like, okay, you get 5 gold stars for that. Because if it was anybody else, let go and let have.
I would have been cussing everybody out. I would have found a way. Can I please show my picture? Can I get a video going so everybody can know exactly who this is? I need to cuss.
Okay. What floor they on? I'm leaving.
I'm knocking on everybody's door. Come on out. We're gonna fight in this hallway.
Right.
But yeah, The Circle had me in my feelings. Maybe that's why it wasn't one of my favorites, but it just had me in my feelings. But another show that I didn't talk about was F-Boy Island.
I don't know.
F-Boy Island. The premise of F-Boy Island I thought was actually kind of dope because it was all these dudes that were supposed to be trying to get to one of these 3 girls, and they had to figure out who was an F-boy, fuckboy, or who was like a nice guy.
Got you.
And it was interesting because you got to see some of the nuances of dating, but also who's really damaged and why they're so damaged. Because a lot of the F-boys didn't really need to be F-boys.
Yeah.
But a lot of the nice guys, it was like, you're nice, but this is not the show for you.
Yeah.
Like, why are you here? And then even with the girls that they were trying to get at, it was like, they still kind of had some issues with themselves too. But the premise was like, whoever won the game got like money.
Okay.
And I think if one of the girls picked an F-boy, the F-boy would win the money and then decide on whether or not they were going to share the money with the girl or just take the money and leave.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so they put a twist that nobody knew about at the very end, where the guy that wound up being the F-boy, he won the money. But the producers were like, no, you don't deserve the money because you've been an F-boy lying this whole entire time. So we're actually going to give the money to the girl that picked you.
Oh wow.
He was pissed.
Oh wow.
He was pissed, and I was happy. Like, it was
Wow.
amazing. So that was a fun little show. I doubt that they'll be able to do it again because now that everybody knows the premise.
Right.
You
Right.
know. And then what was also funny is all these F-boys, you start seeing them on your timelines because a lot of them are like influencers
Uh-huh.
and like doing ads for different products and stuff. So it was just like, okay, I get it.
Everybody gets their deals.
Yeah. So anything else that you watched that you hated?
Encore.
Ah!
I think that was a waste of time.
I thought it was amazing.
I thought we should have gotten the original cast from way back in the day when they had premiered, like when they
With
did
D.
the
Woods
and
yes. Yeah.
Like I think that would have been the show to watch. I
still loved it. As messy as it was, Nivea made the show.
I feel like Nivea and maybe Brandy need their own show or something like that.
But you know who I loved? Whatchamacallit? What's her name? Keely.
Oh, because she messy.
I love Keely.
Because she messy.
She's my favorite person from the show. Because she has that like little snarky attitude, and I just like it's funny to me. She
flip-flopped throughout that whole damn show,
as she should.
And it was like, what are we doing?
Oh, and I had a minor viral moment with that show.
Oh yes, please explain.
Because I was commenting on Twitter about the show, and I didn't tag them.
Okay.
But the twins must have been searching for comments about the show, and they tried to come for me, asking me if I was even in the music industry. And I was like, yeah, bitch, I'm in the music industry. Like, what do you think? Like, check my link in my bio. Like, what do you need to know?
Okay.
But so I got into a little, tiff with them, but that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like a second season.
No.
The album was trash.
No, we don't.
And Twitter thinks the album was good. The album was trash because it was all just Cherish songs, and it would have slapped somebody else's vocals on there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at this. Oh, you know what? Titans season 3 was amazing.
I didn't watch this.
Yeah, Titans season 3 was very good. It was the best season they had ever put together. But all right, we can move on to music.
All right, so I'm just going to preface music by saying this was a horrible year for music. At least for everything that was on my list that I had to go through. Because I actually did not have a top 5. So I had to add people to my top 5 to get a top 5. This year, particularly, everybody was doing the most with the least and felt like they were winning. And y'all were not getting me. I'm sorry. Wouldn't happen. Like, everybody came out with sleepy songs or wrong notes or notes that got fixed, but the song sucked. That was part of our studio audience. So like, it was just a horrible year for music for me because it seemed like, and I talked to you about this before, like it seemed like everybody was moving out of desperation.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know how to make their money. They didn't know how to go on tour. They didn't know what to really do with what they had. And I get it because we're all in this weird place with the pandemic and all that kind of stuff. But don't just shove shit out there just for the sake of shoving it out there. Like, actually have some purpose behind it. And if you really pay attention, a lot of people did not put out music this year.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of our major artists did not put anything out because of that fact.
Yeah.
And so my top 5, it's gonna seem really, really loose and almost kind of like placating, but there's a reason for that. So my top 5 albums, in no particular order: Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever. Now, Billie did not get as much shine this year with this album as she did with her previous album. I think that people didn't like the blonde hair and her being more sexy, especially when she's still young.
She went away from her aesthetic.
Yeah. And I don't think the kids knew how to.
Yeah, that was the thing that drew everybody in.
Yeah. But musically, to me, like, she got so much replay from me. She got a lot of spins from me because I loved it. Doja Cat, Planet Her, undeniable. Every single song on the album.
Amazing.
Every performance, like.
Amazing body of work.
She killed. She killed from start to finish.
Amazing body of work.
She really, really did what she was supposed to do with that album. James Blake, Friends That Break Your Heart. It crept up on me after it came out. Because when it first came out, I was like, whatever. And then I found myself listening to it nonstop. And I don't think it's his best album, but I do think that for me, it's what I needed.
Gotcha.
So I was very happy about that album. Next on my list is a shameless plug, but Lauren Ashley, Libra. Now, I know I produced this album, but if I didn't produce this album, I would have played it as if I didn't. Like, I'm a fan. This album was amazing. And if y'all didn't get Libra, then I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Please go and get it.
You should have that.
You know, support the homie.
You should really
please.
have that.
Because Lauren can sing her face off.
Yes, she can.
And the writing on the album is great. The music is great.
Everything.
But my top album that had me in a chokehold almost this entire year since it came out was Dawn by Yebba. If you don't know who Yebba is, please go find out. This singing ass white girl be singing. Okay.
This singing ass white girl.
This singing ass white girl be singing, and not the type of white girl singing, you know, R&B where you can tell she's trying too hard or she's doing just enough to get over to the pop market. Yebba's delivery comes from a place that you only know if you've had an encounter with God.
Wow, that's a lot.
I have to say that because that's where she's from. Like, that's where she was raised. But then you can tell in the way that she writes, like, she's had an experience. And I know that the album is about her mother passing away and all that kind of stuff, but like, I can't stop playing this album. And then I ripped the Tiny Desk performance off of YouTube and made it into its own
Yes,
album, and
he
I
did.
can't stop playing that either.
Yes, he did.
But Yebba is my number one album of the year. And we'll get to some other people in some other categories, but that is my number one album of the year.
Okay.
You want to do albums? Or you want to keep going?
Yeah, I'll do albums.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't listen to much music. It just wasn't doing it for me. And a lot of people, I was listening to a lot of people's like singles, and this was like literally the year of singles. So I just kind of threw them all together and made a playlist, which is called Dear Wonders. You can actually follow it on Spotify,
Amen.
but you know,
Amen.
yeah. So the albums that I can say that I really listened to was Doja Cat's Planet Her.
Amen.
I think that was, yeah, hands down, just an incredible body of work. The other one would be Riviere. I don't even know how you say it. Riviere, whatever, by Ben Platt. It's his latest album. I played this album hands down. Like, he was giving me all the vocals that I was listening, that I needed. And he was giving me just the vibes that I needed, that wasn't so cut your wrist and slit your wrist music and the whisper singing and all kinds of other stuff. Like, he was giving me the vibes I needed this whole entire
If you don't
thing.
know who he acted in the play Dear Evan Hansen.
Mm-hmm.
He also was acting in the movie, which everybody had a problem with because he's way older than the character.
Right.
But he's an amazing vocalist.
Yeah.
Like, amazing.
Yeah. Very, very talented. I would have to say that's EPs. Sorry. So I have to go back. Yeah. And that would be pretty much it. I really liked Elijah Blake's album, The Neon Eon. I thought that was very cleverly done. I think that was like his best body of work. Very well put together. And Jasmine Sullivan's Hotels, but that was technically an EP. Which
is why she's in my top EPs list.
So
they've considered it now an album, but she called it an EP.
Oh, I have to throw that one last one. Silk Sonics. I really adored Silk Sonic. I did.
I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid.
I did.
I'm drinking wine.
Mine was actually sugary too. Like, it was the red kind. I'm
not on that bandwagon. They have nice songs.
Beautiful gowns.
Great gowns, beautiful gowns, and then I'm over it. I'm sorry. The hype wagon, they lost the wheel by not putting this album out sooner.
They did. And even if they were going to put it out late, at least make it something that was a little bit more present. Like, they literally should have done they should have filmed some type of way of doing like a mock Soul Train on a Saturday, and they should have did like there were certain little moves that they had the time because they kept pushing the album back to actually make this like a moment that I feel like they missed out on. But the body of work itself was really great.
Yeah, I was over it as soon as it came out. I was over it.
All right, EPs.
Yeah, EPs. So of course, Jasmine Sullivan had the best EP of the year for me for Hotels. I know everybody considers it an album, but she announced it as an EP, so I'm going to consider it an EP. Plus, if you take the interludes out, it's an EP.
Right.
Also on this list, T.Y. Savage, Water and Gari. I know about T.Y. Savage. She's basically like the African Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they consider her. But I'd never gotten into albums of hers before.
Got you.
So this was the first time that I really like got into her. And the very first song was something that I had never heard before, like the style. It was almost very haunting, the way it was put together. And then, of course, Somebody's Son featuring Brandy. Amazing song.
Yeah.
So T.Y. Savage, of course. Then I have to give a shout out to Ray Louise with Sweetest Revenge. She got back in her bag with the trap soul, and she does it like nobody else can. Like the harmonies and everything were just amazing. I'm also going to shout out Jay Singh for Back from Jupiter, because this is going to sound kind of fucked up, but because I did the vocals, it's my favorite EP of the year.
Okay.
It was. I mean, if you go and listen to it, he's singing, and the harmonies are going crazy. Like, it's a dope project. So yeah, Back from Jupiter is on my list. And then K Tronada with Intimidated. He dropped that late in the year, but amazing.
I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, like when you want to dance and get into that bop, he knows how to do it very, very well. So
okay.
yes.
Mine would definitely have to be Lauren Ashley's Libra, because I thought it was an EP and not an album.
Nope,
so
it's an album.
That's where I had it listed. So
it's one more song than an EP.
So for me, it's in my EPs. So the second would have to be Devin Tracy's Don't Take It Personal.
Amen.
I really, really, really fucking loved this EP. Like, I thought that this was incredible work by him. You really saw his growth. And you saw he really gave this I don't give a fuck attitude on this particular body of work. And the writing was incredible. His melody choices were dope. It was haunting when it needed to be haunting. It was trappy when it needed to be trappy, and it was soulful when it needed to be soulful. The writing on this album was
actually really
like
good.
It was dope.
Really dope.
It was very well done and very well structured, because everything flowed from top to bottom.
Yes.
And before you knew it, you were like, why is it over? So that was a good one.
Mike, we're going to post all of our favorites this week.
Yeah.
So everybody can see and check it out, because we have so much to get through. So,
yeah. And that's it.
That's your EP list? Okay. Top singles.
Yep. Go ahead.
Victoria Monet.
Go!
Well, I love that song, but I only like that song because he plays it in the car every single day. But the F-U-C-K song.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful ass song.
She got that.
Like, and I need more of that from her.
Yeah.
Smith, Round and Round. This dude came out of left field and literally killed the male R&B genre with this one song.
Yeah.
Because he's singing, the harmonies, the writing, the structure of everything. It's just a dope vibe of a song, but it's got a bop to it.
Yeah.
And like, he's super funny on social media.
Yeah.
But when he's going into his music bag, he's amazing. And
it was the perfect combination of what you love about 90s music.
Yes.
And today's and today's vibes.
Yeah.
And it's married perfectly. Like,
very much so.
Yeah, his sound is really, really dope, and I can't wait for his project to come
out. Beyonce, Be Alive. Shout out to Dixon. That's another song that had me in a chokehold. Like, it's so simple. It don't even do much, but it's one of the most amazing songs I've ever heard. From the King Richard soundtrack with Will Smith and the Williams sisters. Mac Wild's Simple Things.
All right.
And not because I did the vocals on this one, but because the song is actually really, really dope.
It is a great song.
Like, It came
a
out at the right
really great
time.
song.
Shout out to my brother. Thank you for having me on the record and for featuring my voice. Like that we didn't have to do, but you did it, and I'm always going to be grateful for that.
Yeah.
And then the one song that literally had me in a chokehold the entire year is "Messy Love" by Nayo.
That's a good one.
Shout out to D Mile. D Mile produced all of the dope songs of this entire year for most people.
Yeah.
Like he produced all of Silk Sonic's album.
Yeah.
He did who did he do something else for? I forget who he did something else for, but I know he's working with Victoria Monet. He worked with a lot of different people this year.
Yeah.
But Nayo, Messy Love, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That album, no. But the song, yes.
She had a couple of bangers on there.
She had a couple. And I feel bad for her because she wasn't able to go on tour.
Yeah. And I think that would have concluded the storyline of what she was kind of trying to convey with this project. But they should have taken it amongst themselves.
I just needed like one extra Messy Love on the album. And that would have been cool for me. So those are my top singles of the year. So those are my top songs of the year, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
Amen.
Well, mine is Eternally, Victoria Monet's Glow. And it's only because...
Did that come out this year?
No, it didn't.
So that don't count.
It does. Because I eternally play this song all the time. And it's only because she samples Got That Glow from The Last Dragon with Bruce Leroy. And I love that movie and I love that song. And the way she twisted it was amazing while still keeping the same vibe of the song and everything. I just love that song. I have to say everything that Amber Mark has dropped as a single I'm just like really antsy to hear what this album is going to sound like.
Who that?
Amber Mark, I don't know. She's a female artist. I don't know where she's from. Yeah. I don't look up people's live performances when I first am like getting into an artist.
That'll change things.
Because I don't want to be disappointed. So I don't know a lot about her. All I know is that I really love her vibe. I love her visuals, even though they're very Solange-esque, but I love her visuals and I love her songwriting and I love her approach to music. It's really dope. Break Her Heart by Kirby is another one that I absolutely love.
That is such a messy song.
Kirby is like my new favorite and she is coming up on my radar like being one of my like staple pieces in my catalog.
Kirby is dope.
Kirby is really dope. And this song is so messy, but it's so dope the way it's written. Yes. It's such a vibe and it's still soulful, all of that good stuff. I will have to say Be Alive by Beyonce because I just love pretty much everything Beyonce does. I just throw that in there. I'm just going to leave that alone. I will say the two songs that Lucky Day released, Over and Candy Drip, really like them. And I like the fact that he is being way more fearless as an artist this time around, which I really appreciate. And last but not least, Agnes. So I discovered this artist as Agnes out of nowhere this year, okay? And I love this song called 24 Hours. She's dope. I have no idea where she's from. And she has another song called Here Comes the Night. Her album dropped. I still have yet to actually listen to the whole thing, but by those two songs, I know it's going to be incredible. She is just different. That's all I can say is that she's just really different. And I really love the songs. I love working out to them and they motivate me and they keep me going. So yeah, that's it.
Amen.
That's it.
Were there any songs that you didn't like this year? Or albums or EPs or whatever? Anything that you hated? Because I got several.
See, I don't know. Because if I don't like, Summer Walker's.
Who is this?
I don't know who that is.
Get up out of here, sir. We don't know you.
Maybe that was something positive.
No, because I can't read it. It wasn't English.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Summer Walker's album was boring to me.
Yeah,
I'll say
very
that.
boring.
It was boring. I did like what's the song with JT?
Oh, that's the one like you gonna make bust this girl in the street, I'm gonna bust your face in. Like
I like that
Yeah.
because I thought it was a different vibe for her, and
It
I
was
was like,
nice.
and I was completely here for it.
That
And
girl, you're right.
yeah,
For a reason, no.
that was a vibe to
I'm gonna
me.
kick you in the throat.
Right.
I'm gonna beat you in the street. Yeah.
Like it was a vibe, and I liked it. I liked the fact that kind of ended summer, and I was here for that vibe. But for the rest of the album, I was like I don't want to hear about you complaining, and I don't want to hear about all of this. Like a lot of the songs were the same subject. It didn't need to be that long.
It didn't.
And I was just like, this really could have been 6 songs where you just really hit to the point. But I get it. Your contract says you need another album, so.
Oh, I have an honorable mention because I didn't really consider this like a single. Hear Me from Brandy from the TV show.
You right. Because I played that several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to learn that little run she does at the end.
That song was great.
Yeah, that song is everything.
If I had to say that there was an album that I hated this year, it would probably be Donda by Kanye West. And I know that's a controversial opinion because the world acts like Kanye is a genius.
Speak your truth.
But Kanye has not been a genius for me since.
We got to be careful about who we slap genius on. Like, genius means that you can eternally reinvent yourself. And
Which he does.
Does he?
He has, in a sense of.
Does he?
His art is subjective, and every time he drops something, it's different than the last thing that he dropped. Doesn't mean that it was good. It's just different than the last thing that he dropped. And because Donda was definitely different from Ye. Ye was definitely different from Pablo.
Yeah.
Pablo was definitely different from Yeezus. And those 4 albums is where he loses me.
See, I loved Yeezus. Yeezus I loved. I didn't care for the one where he had his wife's booty on the cover too much. I think I liked about maybe 4 songs off of that.
After my Dark, Beautiful, Twisted Fantasy, I was done with Kanye.
And I love Kanye West. Like, I adore Kanye West. I think he's really, really, really dope. But the thing that I started noticing these last like 2-3 albums was that, you know, he really needs somebody to come in and help him with melodies. Like, all his melodies are the same. If you take these melodies off and you start putting them on old songs, it's the same kind of structure that he does with everything.
Or he can just have somebody else sing it, like Drake did at the concert, and sang that song way better than Kanye did. And Drake's not even a singer.
But that's what I'm saying. And even with the approach of this album, like I saw like he went back to wearing the crystallized head covers and
only that for the first show.
You know what I mean? Like, but it was still just like, why go backwards unless you're telling a story with this? And there's certain type of, you know, drama type of things that he does that is kind of expected. So I don't.
The aesthetic is played now.
That's what I was. When I went to that concert where he had the mountain and Jesus coming out of the thing, like that was Michael Pablo. That was spectacular. And that was where I felt like his creativity just started kind of just staying stagnant. Like, there was really no way to top that for a while unless you brought other minds in. And we know Kanye doesn't really like to bring in too many minds to help collaborate with him. And sometimes that's what you have to do in order to grow, because as an artist, we can go stagnant. And as an artist, you have to be aware of when you go stagnant so you know where to pull in inspiration. And then once it gets jump-started again, you can go full speed ahead. But
yes, Kanye needs to go to sleep.
That's my spiel, but I love.
Yeah, Kanye, I mean, but like I said, there was a lot of music that came out. There was a lot of great music that came out. They didn't make my top 5. Some of them didn't make my top 10. But I would just say that I hope that next year people take a step back and really delve into quality over quantity. Yeah, because everybody was just putting shit out just for the sake of putting shit out. Yeah, and on both the major and the independent side. Yeah, yeah. And I just hope that we take a step back and really make sure that the music, like I posted this the other day, that it's more impactful than achieving things. Yeah. Like, I miss being impacted by an album.
And you know what? It's not even for me, it's no longer for like music's sake. For me, my direction or my course has now changed. And it's more so for the world. There is energy on this planet that is just different. And music has always been that universal tool that can break some of those things. And it's really about shedding your heart and really making some quality material that is going to help change the world, change the way people feel, change the way people think, change the way people approach their problems. Like, we can't keep doing this same old, like, I'm not going to be here for no broke nigga type stuff. Like, that's when we going to get over that same song.
And there's a time for that, because everybody goes through relationships. They all go through these breakups and all that kind of stuff. But I also feel like there's power in the words that you say. And you have to be responsible for what you write. And so if you're going to write all these negative songs, you're going to stay in a negative space. I mean, that's what Summer Walker has done right now. She's staying in a negative space.
She is.
And all the drama that goes behind it, where you can't even get into somebody's project without the drama being attached to it.
Right.
Like, I'm over that too. Like, I just want to enjoy the music.
Right.
How do you feel, T'Challa?
I feel like I will never freeze.
Okay. So that's our list for all the things that we consumed this year, and I'm done. I need a break.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a lot.
I will say that I was really impressed with The Witcher. I have to say that. Like, The Witcher was really great. And yeah, I adore fantasy.
I mean, me and sci-fi, so Dune is like,
yeah.
And I've been waiting for that because of the books and all that kind of stuff. And
I love a bunch of stuff with powers and magical stuff, and like,
Amen.
That it did everything for me.
So I think that's good for us with the wrap up.
Yeah.
As far as like everything that we consumed this year, music, movies, TV. Let's get into a couple topics, and then we will let y'all go. Amen. Amen.
Okay. So I'm just gonna start roasting it. Now the higher you are, the slower it'll roast. The closer you are, the faster it'll roast.
We're still in character?
No.
Okay. So I'm joined by T'Challa.
Hello.
And we don't really even have to get so far into it because it has been talked to death. There's a couple topics that's been talked to death. I'm sick of talking about COVID. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Yeah.
I can't.
Agreed.
I am sick of talking about.
Agreed.
Good night. I am sick of talking about this whole R&B is dead topic.
Agreed.
I am sick of talking about male R&B needs help and needs life support and all that kind of stuff.
Agreed.
Over that because we out here. Y'all just lazy. Don't want to go look for us, but we're out here. I am sick if y'all talking about Adele being better than Beyonce.
Oh.
Like, I'm not doing it anymore. Hold on. Let's do this. Technically, the mask does not go with the outfit because it's panther on top and then tiger on the bottom, and it's like those are two different animals.
He is so particular about what I wear here and not what I wear here.
I'm gonna let you get 3 more of those out before I say it's racist. That's all. I do like the fact that it lights up, though. I think that's really dope.
Right? Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Amen.
That's so cool.
And I was gonna say they don't have a Killmonger mask.
No,
that would just be his face,
really
or it would be the gold version of that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That would be dope.
Amen. So yeah, I'm tired of talking about those 3 topics. So let me just give my final briefs on those 3 things. Amen. Yes. Get to fluff it up a little bit.
I need to poof.
Yeah, it's just zhuzh.
I don't know what's happening with this thing in the front. It just
he's channeling the spirit of DeBarge. Not all of them are dead yet, so he can still channel some of them. So my issue with COVID is, like I said earlier tonight, nobody knows about nothing. Okay, everybody is just pulling information out of their ass and trying to tell people what to believe. And I want everybody to calm down. Okay, I'm tired of COVID.
He's exhausted.
And I had COVID earlier this year, so I'm tired of her. I want her to go somewhere. The discussion of male R&B, like I said, we're here. We've been here. There's plenty of music out. Like I even took a break this year from putting out music because there's so much music out from me. So for anyone who is looking for male R&B, you got 2 artists right here. There's
Word.
a whole list of people that.
And I'm coming next year for that year 2022.
Oh. He's from Crenshaw now.
Word, cuz.
I might come out of retirement. I might. But it's what I did start doing though, just to make sure that I'm not just complaining about the situation, but I'm doing something about it, is I am highlighting male R&B artists, especially the independent ones, on my Instagram page.
Which is so dope that you can do
If you go to my my highlights on my profile, you will see the Men of R&B tag, and you'll go through and hear some of the music that they've been releasing, some that you may know, some that you may not know. But support us because we out here, and I'm tired of people saying that we're not, and that the ones that do get shine, y'all either complain about them because they're not that good, or you follow them because you think they're good and they're not. So the good ones, we're out here. Like the ones that can hold the notes and take them places, we're here.
Not take them places. That was it.
And we don't use strange accents, and we don't have cotton in our
What
throats.
is that? Can y'all help me? Like, when did the accents come in?
It was SZA.
I understand.
SZA from up the street.
Right. Right.
I don't
like,
know. I don't know anybody who talks like that. Actually, you know who it was? It's Trina Braxton. When she'd be like, "Oh, I don't know what that's about." or
and it's slightly Fantasia with her new stage talking voice.
Fantasia's different because she's from she Kojic.
I get it, but
and
it's
country.
But now it's got a little like English twang on the bottom of it. Like she'd be like, "Thank you very much for coming out," and it'd be like,
"That's Tina Turner."
I know, but what in like I just like Tina Turner was aggressive. That's why we loved her. But
and Fantasia's aggressive.
Yeah,
she caught them shoes off and she go at it.
Yeah, like facts. Okay, it makes sense now.
But no, like everybody's been doing this whole like, let's change our voice to sound like we're from somewhere else because maybe they'll like us better. And it's like, no, I can't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's like why are we mushing words together to make it sound like something? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like everybody needs a gimmick, and it's
everybody's
just like,
trying to airbrush themselves. Like how they said, how they said that people going to get these facelifts and these, get all these things done to their face that we're not even look human anymore. So we face tune ourselves, we auto tune ourselves, and I guess now we're taking on new accents because we don't want to be who we are.
Wow, everybody's in identity crisis.
Desperation.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Nothing good happens when you're desperate.
This is very true.
And then the last thing is, and I don't even have to go into this, Adele is not a better singer than Beyonce.
She's not.
Point blank, period.
She's a good singer.
The end. Is she?
She's a good singer.
Is she?
She's a good singer.
Is she a good singer?
She's a good singer.
Or is she loud?
She's a good singer.
Adele is loud and sings incorrectly. She doesn't support herself properly. She doesn't sustain notes properly. Maybe now that she lost some weight, she'll maybe be able to hold it a little bit better.
I was going too far.
No, I'm just saying because when you lose weight, it does help your vocals.
No, Luther sounded better when he was big.
So then I have the same question. Is she a good singer? Does she have good songs? She
can hold a note.
Because somebody tweeted
she is a singer. She is a singer.
Somebody tweeted that people don't understand that Beyonce can do whatever Adele can do, but Adele can't do what Beyonce does.
This is very true. And that's what makes Beyonce a better singer. She knows how to manipulate her voice when it calls for whatever. Like she can change it to whatever.
Adele,
and that's a skill that a lot of singers don't have.
Adele to me is the culmination of just enough.
I wouldn't say that.
There are other white female singers who are way better than her.
I know, like Yaba.
Like Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Like Christina Aguilera.
But Celine Dion got her flowers. Christina Aguilera needs to go to vocal classes.
No, she just needs to stop screaming.
Like,
and she'll be okay. And she can still sing. When Christina's not
Like,
when Christina's not belting and trying to
yes,
literally,
she's
like,
amazing.
She's amazing.
She's amazing. It's just as soon
Tori
as she
Kelly.
feels like she got to scream.
Tori Kelly is better. JoJo is better.
Yeah.
Like, when you're going to talk to me about singers and you're going to tell me that Adele is a better singer than Beyonce, I can't even put Adele in the category of Beyonce's worst competition.
No, I mean, I wouldn't put those two together. If it was like, who's the better vocalist? Yeah. But is Adele a vocalist? I would say she is. She knows how to sing. She doesn't have to do all the acrobatics that, you know, or all of that thing. But like at the end of the day, she can sustain her notes. She knows she can bring them up. She can bring them soft. She can crescendo, blah, 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 blah. She's a singer. And she knows the sad songs that, you know, affect soccer moms. Like, and that's her audience. That's it. I'm not listening to an album, but she can sing.
Anybody can sing.
Not anybody.
No. Anyone can sing.
What, with
Anyone can
technology?
hold a note. Anyone can make notes repeat in succession. But my thing is, at the end of the day,
Right.
that's fine, Tamaya.
Right.
But here's my thing. The comparison is not what makes me downplay Adele's talent. What makes me downplay Adele's talent is the improper singing. It is the incorrect way that she takes care of her voice. She canceled an entire tour of singing basic songs because she said her throat hurt. Like, that's not good to me. When somebody like a Patti LaBelle or Gladys Knight can be in their 60s and 70s still touring and not canceling tours because their voice hurts.
But that was before. We don't know what she's taken.
And that's what I said about her losing weight, because that could possibly be a thing that helps the vocal cords.
This is very true.
My thing is, I still haven't seen it yet.
Have you watched any of her?
Yes.
Have you watched all of her performances?
Yes. That's the thing, is I
For
did my
somebody
research.
that's not a fan, you have.
I'm
done
not
a
a fan,
lot.
but I got to do research to support my argument. I'm never going to just be out here talking without knowing what I'm talking about. Like, yeah. I'm sorry. Like, here's my thing about Adele. And if I ever meet her, I will apologize to her face for really going in on her. And I'm sure she's a very nice lady. Okay. My thing about Adele is not even so much about Adele. My thing is about the fact that she has been elevated as this powerhouse vocalist when I have yet to hear that from her. She has been elevated as this song stylist that is an amazing singer to be reckoned with, and yet we have Jessie J. And yet we have all these other people who don't get the credit for really being singers, but somebody who comes in and does the basics and it's just loud gets applauded. That to me is more of a travesty. And it's not even so much her fault. It's about the industry, and it's about the lack of real understanding of vocal ability from the general public.
But it's not about vocal ability.
It is for me, who's a singer. Because what you're telling me then is that somebody who can't sing or who has not either done the proper training, and it's not just her. I'm talking about anybody that fits this category. Somebody who has not had the proper training but knows how to make somebody feel good, then is considered a singer. Now, are they an artist? Probably. Are they a performer? Yes. But are they a singer? No.
But I think that that's what a lot of people equate to singers. Like, they look at Adele, they say that she is this particular artist that has a particular brand. She hasn't gone off her brand. And I think that that justifies her as this artist, and it justifies for her audience knowing that this is this niche. For what she does, she's great at what she does.
Yeah.
And for the internet to compare, the internet is always going to do all of these different things. The reason why they've given her so much hype, that's her record label. They're making sure that all of that money spent, they're getting back.
Right.
And they understand that she's been gone for a while. They're going to play it up as much as they can.
Right.
But at the end of the day, she can sing, and she can write the songs that affect the people that she's gearing to affect. So she's doing her job. Just like Beyonce writes the songs that she's making sure are geared to the people that she wants to affect. She's doing her job.
Again, to me, that defines an artist. It doesn't define a singer. To me, there's a big difference between the two. Because Whitney Houston didn't write not one stitch of songs, but she's a singer.
Yeah. Whitney Houston's not an artist.
And that's why I'm saying Adele to me is an artist.
Who
She's
can
not
sing?
a singer.
Who can sing?
Yeah, but she's not a singer first, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, like, Janet Jackson is an artist who can sing, but she's not a singer.
Okay.
I'm not looking for Janet Jackson to give me vocals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
see, for me, Adele fits in the category of singer-songwriter, where it's that particular niche, where you are an artist and you are a singer because of what you're crafting for, I guess, yourself and what you're crafting out of pure feeling. You know what I mean? And it's only supposed to be these emotional type of things. You know what I mean? But like, that's where Adele sits in for me. So it doesn't matter. She is an artist and she's a singer too. Because at the end of the day, yeah, she can sing these songs. And some of these Adele songs are somewhat a little difficult to sing because of where they placed. And a lot of people can't sing these Adele songs. And for me, just like a lot of people can't sing these Whitney Houston songs. And that makes, just like a lot of people can't sing these Beyonce songs. When a song becomes difficult for the masses to actually replicate, and it's like, oh no, if you ain't supporting that right, that's going to veer off a little bit. You know what I mean? Then that person gets classified as a singer. Like,
and that right there is my point of contention. Because when enough of that happens, where the public feels like they can't do something, then they feel a way and they start to change who they attribute the honor to. So they will go towards the more mediocre singer because they can replicate it and say, oh, that's real music or that's real singing. Whereas the people who can actually do the things that they can't do, they won't pay attention to. They won't put them on a pedestal. And that, to me, has caused artists like Adele and the more of them to come out of the woodwork doing the least and getting the most, because at least the public can sing along. Where a long time ago, the public was never supposed to sing along. They were supposed to appreciate. And so my thing is, just because you can't do it doesn't make somebody a lesser of a singer.
But everybody wants to sing along.
So what I'm talking about is, like, nobody's singing along with opera singers. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's singing along with Jasmine Sullivan when she's doing all the riffs and runs. We'd stand there, we watch her do it. Other singers like us may listen to it and try to learn the technique or whatever, but the normal music listener is not doing that. They're just appreciating the gift. They're appreciating the talent. My issue is that people who say, oh, she riffs too much, or she does too many acrobatics, or nobody needs to hear all that. Because it's been said, and it's been said a lot this year, that, you know, with these comparisons or with these takes, and it's like, okay, but what do you think is real singing? What can you actually say is real singing? And then when somebody says, oh, go watch Adele's special, I'm not going to watch Adele's special because she didn't do anything to me that seemed like real singing. It seemed like she's singing along with the songs that she wrote.
But then what personifies a real singer?
When somebody can get up on the stage like a Jasmine or even a Tori Kelly, and I hate Tori Kelly's music, but her voice, she's a singer. You know what I mean? Like, when it doesn't matter what you're singing and you can make me feel something. And maybe it's just the fact that I just don't feel Adele the way that other people do. Or, you know, there's a couple of songs where I'm like, yes, great. Like Somebody Like You or Someone Like You. I love that song. You know, I decided to cover that song. So, like, there's certain songs that she has that do speak to me. Am I going to consider her a singer? No. The same way that I don't consider Sade a singer. But Sade's music is timeless and is effortless. It's amazing. And I feel it. But I'm never going to call her a singer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think that's just, it's probably going to be lost on a lot of people, because if I wasn't a singer, I might have a different opinion.
Right. And that's essentially where your passion comes from it. And this is still what people are saying. Like, you know what I mean? People that are not qualified to actually state an opinion, and they're just going off of feeling. You have to understand that right now, like, we are in a generation, we are in a time where people's feelings are truth. And that's the only thing that they will hold dear. You know what I mean? So if they feel like she is a singer because of what they get from her music, that's what it'll be. Just like how I can't stand that now. I talk to you about this, how the lines are blurred between rappers and singers. Like, people will say, yeah, Kanye West is my favorite singer. I've heard so many people call, like, Little Migos are my favorite singers.
Not
and
Little
it's
Migos.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's just the Migos.
Oh, whatever.
That was just great.
I think I aged myself there. I don't really give a shit. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I've heard people say these things.
Mhm.
So it's like at the same time, people don't understand what singing is because that's not the time we're in anymore.
Right.
It's really about we are in the time of feelings. We are in the time of how does this make me feel? That equates to how I connect to this particular artist and or singer or whatever. And that's just what it is.
Like, I'll say this, and this is probably going to get me definitely in trouble. I don't think Mariah Carey's a singer anymore.
I would definitely have to agree with that.
I think her singing days are done. And I think that now Mariah is just a legend.
Yeah, I agree. I
Like,
agree.
we're not getting vocals from Mariah anymore, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay. She's given us enough material.
Yes.
Like if she wanted to sit down tomorrow, like and
And be
never
done,
sing again,
she
like
wouldn't have to.
there's enough material where we can live on forever.
Like,
with
I'm just saying,
Mariah.
like, if you put Adele in a room with Whitney, Celine, and Beyonce,
she's not gonna sing.
she's not going to sing and she's not going to hold her own. She's going to sing flat out, but she's not going to do what they're doing. You know, almost like the Divas Live with Aretha and Celine. Even Mariah knew to shut the hell up.
Right, but yet she was still up there.
She was still up there, yes. But I'm just saying, like, Gloria Stefan was up there. She knew to shut the hell up. What's the other chick? I forget her name, the chick with the curly blonde hair that wrote the song. Carly Simon
Right.
was up there. And so I'm like, okay. But then again, the younger generation who is now determining who is a singer or not, they never saw that performance.
Mhm.
Or they would never know to put those people in the same room together.
And that's not their time.
Right. My thing is do the research.
Yeah, but
They don't want to do the research.
it's not even about research. It's more so about what is current at the moment. At that point in time, vocals were still something that was current. It was very prominent. It was very in your face. You know, we were still living off of, you know, vibes of real artistry flowing from the 70s. You know what I mean? And now it's just changed, you know, with the state of technology and everything else. It's simple.
This is a good point. Adele has even said that she wanted to be a songwriter first or an A&R when she was coming into the industry. We know a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Neo was like that.
Right.
Carrie Hilson was like that.
Right.
I was like that.
Right.
Where it was like, okay, I just want to write the songs that people sing. I don't need to be the one singing them.
Right.
You know, but then it changes because you need to make a check or a different type of a check, or you get the bug and it happens. So I understand that, you know, that happens. But I think it's just about, like, check the definition before you just put it out there.
Right.
And make sure that you can, like, really back it up.
Oh man, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all seeing all this red from the focus on the camera. I never turned the red off.
It's
I
fine. We
apologize,
look good.
y'all.
Nobody complained.
I'm just
They're
looking
just
at
gonna
this.
get
and
a
I'm going,
special.
okay.
A special.
It's focused.
It's Christmas lights. I think your arguments are fueled by your frustrations over the comparisons. I love Adele's songs and her voice. Beyonce don't trip or lose a coin over Adele. They're in two very different lanes. Oh, trust. I agree 1000%. Beyonce is not losing sleep over Adele. Beyonce is probably working on an album where she's gonna be singing everybody's face off anyway.
And I feel like come the new year, something about to happen in January. Anyway,
I'm not worried about that. All I'm saying is that when it comes to the bare bones definition of a skilled singer,
wait. Facts.
Can I say something else that's controversial to this?
Yes.
I never thought Shaka was the best singer.
I mean, she wasn't the best singer.
I thought Shaka was just loud.
Yeah. And she had great songs. She had great songs. And that's I guess that's more so where I'm coming from. When you have the songs that highlight what you do best, you know, as a singer, then you're able to present that best part of your talent to the world.
See, to me, that doesn't make you a singer. It makes you an artist or a performer. To me, what makes someone a singer is that they can sing whatever is put in front of them and make me feel something. They could sing the alphabet. They could sing a jingle on a commercial and make me feel something. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the song.
I wouldn't say that a singer would be able to sing everything, because you can't have opera singers trying to sing a Beyonce song
But a skilled vocalist can.
You know what I mean? Like, and make you feel something too at the same time.
Yes, and I've heard it happen.
Like, that's for me, that's a lot. That's a lot as somebody just trying to say.
But my thing is
you
that there
can
are
sing.
people that have put in the training to be able to say that about themselves.
I get it, but at the same time, there's some people that still, I come from the side of raw talent, and a lot of people don't go to those schools. A lot of people can't afford those schools, but they'll train however way they can, and that means by listening to other people. And all because somebody didn't go to school doesn't mean that they're less of a singer.
No, I'm not saying that.
And so that's the thing where there's this fine line of like, your definition of what a singer is may not be somebody else's definition of what a singer is, who is qualified. You know what I mean? And somebody might be like, no, it's all about the support. If somebody can support this note and support that note, then they are a singer, regardless of what skills they have. And regardless of if they can sing these type of songs or those type of songs.
But see, here's my thing. And this is my last piece of the argument, and then we're going to wrap it up. Singing is the only profession, singing is the only profession where that mindset is allowed.
This is true.
And to me, that's part of the problem.
This is
because you don't get qualified or certified in this profession.
Yeah.
Whereas in any other profession that someone has to believe in or pay money for or trust, you want someone to be certified. Like, you're not going to go to a doctor who didn't go to medical school.
Right. This is true.
And so for me, it's like, why doesn't singing get that? And I understand the artist's objective, that's fine. But why? Why is it subjective? Is it simply because of feeling? Because my thing is, if that's the case, there should never be a singing competition, ever. Take all the TV shows off for singing competitions, because you really should not be able to compare anybody's voices to each other.
I mean, you really shouldn't at the end of the day. It's just, this is major corporations trying to make money off of something. That's really
which
all
is why I believe that mediocrity gets uplifted, because the corporations are trying to make money. So they will make sure that people no longer know what a real singer is, because they don't have to.
Yeah. And it also falls into what people are doing now. People have access to a lot of different things, and because they have access to studio equipment and they have access to all these things, like, they feel like because they have access to it, they can now do what everybody else is doing. And because of that, also, you know what I mean, you have the mediocrity because people aren't going into real studios learning what they need to do. And then because they can do it and they can put it out and it becomes popular, now all of a sudden you are classified as that.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to look at this.
Yeah. I mean, and we talked about it earlier about the fact that it just, like, maybe hopefully next year we'll get more quality than quantity, so that we don't have to keep having this discussion.
And I think it's already out there. You know what I mean? Or
at least it can be highlighted.
Yeah.
And showcased.
Right.
Even with the Grammys, like, there were so many independent artists that were on the ballot. People that I know, and none of them got nominations.
Right.
And all these independent artists were way better than most of the signed artists that were getting nominations.
Right.
So it's just like, we get it, but it's just like, whatever.
Right.
Anyway, Adele's not better than Beyonce. Adele's not better than Beyonce. That's all. Anyway, thank you all for sticking with us.
Yes,
and we're going to wrap this thing up. We've been on much longer. We gave y'all an extra special episode.
Okay.
That was more than an hour.
Okay.
So now we're going to wrap it up.
You want to keep warm when you're feeling chilled, but you don't want to raise your heating bill. Now there's the Snuggie, the blanket that has sleeves.
I was here the whole time.
Okay. So yeah, we are wrapping up.
Yes.
It has been, like I said, it's been a really interesting year. Definitely still looking forward to next year, though, but just looking forward to it with a different lens.
Yeah.
Like, there's some things that I want to do next year that I'm going to start putting into effect that I wanted to do this year, but things went differently. I did accomplish a lot of what I said I was going to do this year, though.
No,
so I'm very happy about that.
You did.
We had a lot of great wins this year, collectively.
Yeah.
And I'm very much excited for what's going to happen next year. So
same. I'm excited too. Plus, I got music coming. That's it.
Lenny Howard is back on the scene.
Yeah. Him coming back.
Doing it mean. Maybe he'll wear green.
Okay. All right. Good night, everyone.
See, I'm a singer, not a songwriter.
I hate you. All right. Have a great night, you guys.
Wait, let me just see. What did I say? Jennifer Hudson is loud. Just loud and sometimes wrong, but she loud.
Yeah.
And not the sliding, yeah. So you guys, we don't know when we're going to be coming back because again, we have a lot of stuff going on for 2022.
Yeah.
We're thinking about doing a summer season, so check in with that. But please, if you love what we do, let us know. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. Make sure you tell your friends to watch us. The replay will be up on YouTube, and
we might pop up here and now.
Yeah.
You know, just to
follow us on our individual pages. Lenny Harrell has music coming out next year, so you definitely want to stay tuned with what's going on with that. I'm doing things as well with Natural City Music, of course, and then you're going to see A Natural do some things as well next year. I don't know when, but yeah.
All right.
So that's it. That is it. We are done. We love y'all for sticking with us.
Love y'all.
We love y'all for watching, and
love
we
y'all
do
for watching.
pray that you're like Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah.
Like we know that it's been a crazy last 2 years, but we definitely want next year to be much lighter, much more positive, and way more prosperous than we've already been. So
make sure you guys write out your goals for the upcoming year.
Amen.
Write out the goals, put them someplace where you can see them, maybe on the back of your front door. So this way, as you leave, you know that this is what you're working towards.
Yep.
And yeah,
it is vision board season.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Because if you don't have the vision and make it plain, it's not going to come forth.
Amen.
You know?
Speak positive over yourself and your loved ones.
Amen.
Speak positive over the things you want to do in your life.
Always life.
Just, just be good to yourself.
Yeah.
Be good to yourself and everybody around you.
And be kind to everybody else.
Yes. Because we need that.
Okay.
Oh my God, we need that.
We need so much kindness.
Because I'm tired of y'all, and I got to find a way to not be tired of y'all next year. So.
Because if I cuss out another person on the road, like, it's just, I'm trying to be. We need some kindness.
Amen.
Okay.
Love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. And we will see y'all in the new year, 2022, nigga.
If you don't end this.
2022, nigga. I'm done.
Wait, what
Good
are we?
night. Let's hit the end, the thing.
Okay.
Press the button.